KTN Prime tonight. So how possible stroke legal is this?
Well, it's a very interesting statement, but it's a statement that we've always had it over time now. The threat to swear in Raila has always been there. It's just that it's been either it's going to be done or it's not going to be done. So I think there are two ways of looking at it. The first one is it's a political statement, definitely, and whether it makes political sense. And two is from a legalistic perspective, does it even make sense? Now, we start with politics. Today was the day when the president, now president, has been sworn in. He was president-elect with the complete reins of power clothed under the Constitution. It was very important to make a political reaction or action against it, and therefore it is a very important political event for NASA to have made a statement that political equalizes the event or rivals the event. In a sense, what was going to catch the headlines as against the event that happened today on Jubilee and government was to say that there was going to be the swearing in. And therefore, for purpose of political sense, it is an important political statement that opposes or reacts to the event of the day.
So politically, we are good.
Yes.
Legally.
Now, legally, I do know there's a lot of confusion surrounding the Article 1. You know, sovereignty of the people is a very wide berth given in the Constitution where people can do what they want as far as governance is concerned. But you see, that statement, because the first article, it actually carries the weight as against any other further articles that come to it. Every article must be read with it. But even in court, when we go to the Constitutional Court, for everything that we do, we ordinarily quote Article 1 because then we must express it as a public intimation as to the aggression, offense to the person or to the society, whatever you're presenting before court. So Article 1 is very important. But what we haven't tested before the courts, especially the Supreme Court, is the delineation of Article 1 as against the rights of citizens. And this is where we come in. Either that we are correct to say in Article 1, Kenyans can do what they want, provided they come together and decide to do it together. For instance, if Jesus was living today and we decide to kill him as Kenyans and we shout, kill him, crucify him, that becomes a narrative under Article 1. And we say in Article 1, we will kill Jesus because Article 1 is sovereignty of the people deciding to do so. But Article 1, delineation, is that you cannot commit an illegality within the confines of Article 1. Put it the other way, that Article 1, as read with, cannot be read in separation with the other provision of the Constitution. So you must read Article 1 and say, as against Article 50 on fair hearing, or this and this and this, read together, then this is the abrogation, or this is the people's power. Okay. So the Constitution is a cocktail of many provisions of articles that must be then read together. If you want to find the people's power, you must really search it inside Article 1 and read with something else, so that then you bring Article 1 and whatever you want to urge with, so that then you're able to make sense within the law. Now, what I do know, that if you separate Article 1 against anything else, then you bring a lot of liberty to what people can do, whether legal or illegal. But remember that if you read Article 1 and the obvious prohibition in the Constitution as to forming governments, that you cannot form government in any other way than that which is observed in the Constitution. For instance, number one is that the person to swear in, the president, is as happened today. There must be the chief registrar, there must be the CJ. And the narrative is an oath-taking that is delineated into two facets of the oath-taking. Now, that becomes the component of how you take or assume office of presidents or the apex of the executive under the Constitution. So it's really defined. So then if assuming you pick someone else who is a lawyer and not the Chief Justice, you're not within the confines of the Constitution. If you pick someone else who is not the registrar, you're not within the confines of the Constitution. If you pick a date other than the one prescribed in the Constitution, you don't assume power under the Constitution.
So if that actually happens, if the swearing in of Raila Odinga happened on the 12th of December, it will be null, void?
Let me put it this way. It won't happen because I do know, as we've read the politics of Raila Odinga, as students of politics, as students of law, from Raila Odinga's own journey up to now, he has always refrained from breaching the Constitution. So Raila Odinga will certainly...
Okay.
Let me put it this way. I answer your question by saying it is null and void, completely under the Constitution. However, Raila Odinga must continue to do politics with words, but not to breach the law. So he has done politics with words, but he has not breached the law because he has only shown an intent which has never been a breach of law. Okay. But doing it is the breach. Saying it, to want to do it, has never been the breach.
So it's a wait and see.
It's a wait and see.
Okay, listen, stay with me because I'd like to just take a look at that story again. That one of Nasser leader Raila Odinga just making it clear that he will be sworn in on the 12th of December as the people's president.
After hours of running battles between NASA supporters and the police, Raila Odinga, Musalia Mudavadi and Moses Wetangula, accompanied by a team of NASA leaders, tried to force their way to Jacaranda grounds. However, it is along Manyanja Road in Eastlands area when their push came to an end. It's at this juncture that an inflated Raila Odinga, for the first time, dropped his massive declaration.
Tuliambia nyinyi ya kwamba wakiapisha, tulisema namna hiyo, nataka muelewe kwa makini kabisa. Nyinyi mnajua Raila Odinga si muoga. Nafikiri mimi naweza kuwa muoga. Sawa. Yale tunataka kufanya. Maana hapa unajua kuna kuapishwa na kuapishwa. Hapa Uganda, Bwana naita Bwana Besigye aliapishwa kama rais. Hakuapishwa, sio? Wiki jana kule Zimbabwe, Bwana Mnangagwa aliapishwa, hakuapishwa. Basi tutaapisha. Hiyo tumechukua kwa sababu ile Agosti 8 mahakama ilisema imeweka kando, lakini tutafanya njia ya kurudisha hiyo ndani iwe kwa katiba, na tunaapishwa tunaingia Ikulu. Sawa? Wangapi wanaunga mkono?
Addressing his supporters who had battled and defied police the entire morning to listen to him, Odinga said it is not going to be business as usual for President Uhuru Kenyatta in the next few days.
3,500,000 peke yake walipiga Uhuru kura. 17%, 83% wa Kenya walisusia, sio? Kwa hivyo hiyo uchaguzi wa 26 Oktoba ni bandia. Hatutambui. Kwa hivyo hatua ya kwanza tunasema Uhuru Kenyatta sio rais wa Kenya.
He claims it is NASA which defeated Jubilee in August before what he calls the manipulation of election results. He says his swearing in will be based on the August 8th election.
Mahakama ikasema IEBC irudie uchaguzi kulingana na katiba na sheria, sio? Wakatangaza 26 Oktoba. Tukawaambia fanyeni hii na hii na hii, wakakataa, sio? Baadaye sisi tukajiondoa, maana tulikuwa tunajua hiyo ni mchuano wa bandia, sio?
Odinga says his inauguration will be like that of New Zimbabwe leader who was installed president courtesy of a soft military coup.
Nyinyi mnajua Raila Odinga si muoga. Nafikiri mimi naweza kuwa muoga. Kutakuwa na hatua ya kuchukuliwa. kutakuwa na hatua ya kuchukuliwa ambao mtaelezwa kirasmi vile wananchi wenyewe wataamua hiyo. Sawa sawa?
However, the rally was scuttled when police lobbed tear gas at the crowd as Odinga invited his co-principal Musalia Mudavadi to address. Chaos between NASA leaders and police who sealed off the entry to Jacaranda grounds started at 8 in the morning. Clashes that left several people injured, with some unconfirmed reports indicating that at least 2 people were shot dead. NASA had indicated and notified the police be holding a memorial service for all their supporters who have been killed in presidential election-related fracas. A gathering that Nairobi County Police Commander Japheth Koome had termed as illegal from the onset. Despite scuttling what would have been NASA's memorial service for their supporters at the Jacaranda grounds, Raila Odinga, Musalia Mudavadi and Moses Wetangula forcefully led their supporters in addressing a rally in this part of Eastlands, with Raila Odinga declaring that come what may, he will definitely be sworn in as people's president on 12th December 2017. Duncan Haimba, KTN News.
So we're coming back to that conversation with George Kithi, who's a lawyer, just trying to look at what are the options right now for NASA, now that the NASA leader, Raila Odinga, says he will be sworn in on the 12th of December. You're watching KTN Prime. Thank you for staying with us. Allow me to take a short break. We'll be back with that conversation.